Hello everyone, welcome to Lex Gyan. I am Sakshi Mehra and in our today's video we shall be discussing about the legislative framework of custody and arrest. Thereafter, in part 2 of the video, we shall be discussing the recent events that took place in the state of Tamil Nadu. So let's begin by understanding what is police custody. When following to the receipt of an information, complaint or report by police about a crime, an officer of the police arrests the suspect involved in crime reported with an objective to prevent him from committing the offensive acts further. Such officer then brings the suspect to the police station. It's called police custody. It is basically the custody of the suspect with the police in a jail or a police station to detain the suspect. During this detention, the police officer in charge of the case may interrogate, and detention is not supposed to be longer than 24 hours. After taking the person in custody, the officer in charge is required to produce the suspect before the appropriate judge within 24 hours. These 24 hours exclude the time of necessary journey from police station to the court. The provision for holding a person in custody for purpose of furthering investigation in India are governed by Section 167 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Section 167 of the Code allows that a person may be held in custody of the police for a period of 15 days on the orders of a magistrate. A judicial magistrate may remand a person to any form of custody extending up to 15 days. Whereas an executive magistrate may order for a period of custody extending up to 7 days. Police custody may extend only up to a period of 15 days from the date the custody begins. Judicial custody, on the other hand, may extend up to a period of 90 days for a crime which entails punishment of death, life imprisonment, or the period of imprisonment exceeding 10 years. And 60 days for all other crimes if the magistrate is convinced that sufficient reason exists, following which the accused or suspect may be released on bail. How exactly is police custody different from judicial custody? The custodial authority in police custody is the police, whereas in judicial custody the authority is the judiciary. In police custody, the suspect may be interrogated. However, in judicial custody, interrogation is not permitted except in exceptional circumstances. Police custody starts when a person is taken into custody by the police and his rights are read out to him along with the explanation for reasons for custody. Whereas judicial custody starts when a judge orders for a judicial custody. We all have certain rights in different situations. Even in the case of arrest, the rights of an arrested person come into picture. However, it is important to note that the rights of an arrested person are different from the rights of an accused person. So what exactly are these rights? The right to remain silent, right to be informed of the reason for arrest and information and about bail, right to be produced before the nearest magistrate within a period of 24 hours, right to be medically examined by a medical practitioner, right to inform relatives or friends about the arrest, right to fair and speedy trial, right to consult a legal practitioner, right to free legal aid, and right to produce evidence. In the landmark case of D.K. Basu vs. State of West Bengal, the Honorable Supreme Court laid down certain guidelines for arrest, which are as follows: that the policeman must wear legible and visible identification when arresting a person and when carrying out an investigation. It is the right of a person detained or questioned by police to know the grounds for detention or questioning. The person arrested must be made aware of his right to have someone informed of his arrest or detention as soon as he is put under arrest or detention. The person arrested must be produced before a judicial magistrate or judge within 24 hours of his or her arrest. The person arrested should be medically examined at the time of arrest, and major and minor injuries on the arrested person must be recorded in the inspection memo, which must be duly signed by both the police officer carrying out the arrest and the person arrested, and the copy of this memo must be provided to the person arrested. Information of the arrest of the person should be given to the district control room and the state headquarters. While an accused is in police custody, his lawyer should be permitted to visit him. Any person arrested must be medically examined by a doctor from an independent and approved panel of doctors every 48 hours during detention. Arrest or search of women should only take place in the presence of women police officers, and it should not take place in night, and women should be detained separately from men. The Honorable Supreme Court has laid further guidelines in various case laws, and similarly, the NHRC has also come up with a certain set of guidelines. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the Custodial Death Part 2, wherein we shall be discussing the recent event that took place in the state of Tamil Nadu. Also, please do like, share, and subscribe for more such videos. You can also write to us for any queries in the email ID given in the description.